Now I'm sure you remember me talking about my unreasonable, annoying father-in-law. One Saturday afternoon, my wife, her mum and her sister are all going to go shopping with him in his car. So that means I'm going to have an whole afternoon to myself without him there, calling me Kevy and winding me up. And about 2 hours later, they come back. And I know it was a 15-minute drive to where they'd gone. And they'd come in. I said, how'd it go? You have a good time? I said, oh yeah, but there was this moment with my dad. I said, where is he anyway? They said, I don't know. I said, really don't know. I said, you've gone for a 15-minute drive to the shopping centre with him. You've been with him all the time. And now you come back, you don't know where he is. Oh no, he didn't come back with us. I said, where'd he go then? They said, well no, we just got to the car park and he started an argument over nothing, out of nothing. I said, right, arguing with all? He said, all of us. And it reached the point where we said, you've got to pack this in, you're being unreasonable, there's nothing to argue about, so I said, stop. And he just threw a wobbler, took the keys out of the ignition, threw them at Carol and said, drive yourself home. And then stormed off. And fortunately Carol's got a driving licence, so she said we went on to do shopping for a couple of hours and then we did drive ourselves home. I said, so what's happened to him? She said, who knows? And then an hour later, which is 3 hours after he'd stormed out the car, he arrived back home. Because he had a nice 3-hour walk to get back. And I'm sure that really taught them a lesson. See you later. If you like listening to what I've got to say, do me a favour. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. But don't forget to ring the bell. Otherwise you won't get notifications when I've got a new video coming out. And you can hear more of me. What luck. See you then.